everybody, it's Stephen the Old World Gamer, along with Scott Devin Kane. Welcome to the Retro Indie Pixels podcast.
We're back again for another week of gaming news and guilty gaming pleasures of Scott admitting things that he shouldn't be admitting that he likes. Another week in gaming gone by. We got some stuff to talk about. How was your week in gaming, Stephen?
It wasn't too bad. Everything's been fairly mellow on my end. I've just been dealing with a lot of different things, so yeah. I haven't been able to stream or game much, so...
Yeah, I hear you. But basically the same thing on my side. It's been a busy week for me, you know. I just had a lot of stuff going on, you know, I've been itching for, like, this new, you know, card game that came out on, you know, the Android, and I've been playing that and getting my ass kicked by people, you know. They like to pay out the monies to get good at the game. You know, that's how it is. But, yeah, it's been an interesting week, just to say the least. So, gaming has been kind of, like, roughly put on the shelf a little bit for a lot of people. But we got some stuff for you folks. So, you know, with all the stuff that's going on outside, we're not going to mention it because, you know, y'all have seen it. Whatever. But, we got some stuff to entertain you for the next couple hours, so grab yourself some snacks, get a drink. You got your Jones' Soda this week?
Oh, I did not get a Jones' Soda this week.
Oh, I did. You know what? We went food shopping the other day, and I specifically went and looked for Jones' Soda so that I could have one on the podcast. Would you believe my local store doesn't carry it?
Oh, wow.
I was so disappointed because I just wanted to be able to be like, here's my delicious Jones' Soda. You know? But maybe next week. Maybe I'll do a little bit of extra searching. You know what I'm saying? This week, next week will be different.
Indeed.
We'll have them on. But anyway, without any further ado, we're going to get into SDK's news section of the week, which is, as always, brought to you guys by VG247 and Destructoid.com. So, another week has gone by, and the Epic Games Store has unleashed another freebie on us, and this week it is Overcooked. If you have been wanting to try Overcooked, now's your chance to get a faux frizzle. Overcooked, the zany action sim developed by Ghost Town Games, is free this week on the Epic Games Store. Ark Survival Evolved was originally rumored to be the game this week. This is the second time the game has been made available for free on the store. In the game, you are tasked with controlling multiple chefs in a kitchen, but it's not a well-organized kitchen as there are hindrances to getting your order out on time. Each round finds you having to use various ingredients you will need to cook a meal before the time limit is reached. You will also have to serve customers and clean up any messes created. Overcooked is also available for PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. Next game to be made available on the Epic Games Store is listed as a mystery again and will be revealed on June 11th. I've seen this game a couple times. It looks kind of interesting, to be honest with you.
I'm not sure if I have that one or not yet.
But it's one of those, like, cooking games, like, generally tend to, like, all be the same. Like, if you look at, like, some of those, you know, Gordon, like, Hell's Kitchen or any of those, like, Cooking Mama, they all generally...
Oh, Cooking Mama is actually a lot of fun, dude, because you're just preparing the dishes. That's it. There's no serving, there's no fooling around. It's just, like, take your stylus, all right, take your stylus and peel these things, crack the egg. Like, that shit was fun. I loved Cooking Mama. But these ones, they're a little bit more stressful.
Yeah, Overcooked seems to be, like, one of those games where it's, like, you have to go to this and there and move all over the place, and you've got to, you know, swerve through all these things. It kind of looks like fun. To be completely honest with you, it kind of looks like a Mario Party mini game. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
That's not a terrible thing because Mario Party's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So you got that for free for the next 7 days over on Epic Games, over on the Epic Games Store. So in the next week's game is going to be a mystery again. Maybe we'll be doing this all summer. Who knows? So got something to look forward to.
I'm just checking to see if I have that game now.
I know I don't. I'm thinking.
No,
about
I actually
it
don't. Okay, I'm probably gonna grab it now. So that's good.
Yeah, because it actually does look like a lot of fun. To be completely honest with you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah. Anyway, so moving on. Valorant is now live and free to play worldwide. For those of you who have been trying to get on the beta, you don't got to anymore. Valorant is now live around the world. Those interested in Valorant, 5v5 first-person tactical shooter from Riot Games, can in most regions create an account and download the free-to-play PC game. In the game, teams of 5 players are pitted against each other to win a round-based attackers versus defenders best of 24 rounds gunfight. It is launching with dedicated 128 tick servers. Servers will upsample all player movement to 128 FPS, meaning the servers will automatically upscale lagging players with a poor internet connections to 128 frames per second for other players. Alongside the release comes a new Agent Reyna, along with the Ascent map, along with a beta of the new game mode known as Spike Rush. All of this is detailed in the release patch, which also introduces some agents, changing the split map's choke point, and the fact that there isn't a competitive mode just yet, as teams want to make sure the game is stable first before it goes live. You can check out the patch notes in the link at VG247. Additionally, Riot says it is committed to 35 millisecond ping for at least 70% of players globally, thanks to Riot Direct, a global network of backhauls with points of presence in most global cities. This provided the developer with the ability to repair broken routes, load balance congested routes, and add new circuits to serve more players. On Riot's short-term roadmap are new game servers in Warsaw, Madrid, London, Atlanta, and Dallas. Additionally, the team is looking to improve latency conditions in Colombia, Argentina, and Eastern Europe. The game launched its closed beta in April and broke viewership records with 34 million hours watched in a single day, and surpassed 1.7 million peak concurrent viewers. Over the course of its 2-month beta testing period, an average of nearly 3 million people logged in each day to play. Folks also watched 470 million hours of the closed beta streams on Twitch and Korean video streaming service Africa TV. Yeah. You can create an account, download, and play on the link at VG247 and check out the specs there as well. So, I feel Riot is really kind of going all in with this, because it really feels like that they really want this game to succeed. Beyond the fact that they've already got a ridiculously popular and ridiculously successful MOBA in League of Legends. I mean,
yeah.
For what it's worth, man, for something like Riot to want to like branch out and do something different, it's kind of a surprise, because especially with like how successful League of Legends has been over the years. I mean, the game itself is like what, 8 or 9 years old now. Hold on. Legends. League of Legends first came around in 2009. Oh my God, game's 12. I can't do math. 11 years old now. Poof, that was math there for a second. But I mean, jeez. I mean, think of it this way. You have an online multiplayer game that's 11 years old and is still amazingly popular. You have to be doing something right. I mean, people don't just play a game for that long if it's bad. It's just that plain and simple. Other examples, World of Warcraft. That game's still going strong. Clearly they're doing everything right. Counter-Strike. That's still widely played. I mean, Diablo 2, for God's sakes. People are still playing that, and the game's 20 years old at this point. People are still actively playing that. So clearly you're doing something right. So for a company to take, their time and efforts away from that, or maybe, I'm not really sure if they have like a completely different, group of people just working on Valorant itself, but if you have a company that's got this game, like League of Legends, that's doing this well after this many years, how well do you think this game's going to do? It's got to do really super good. And especially with like some of the things that they're talking about, like the 128 tick servers, that's great. The fact that they're committed to 35 millisecond ping for 70% of players globally?
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore.
Woof. The fact that there were 34 million hours watched in a single day on Twitch, or like on not on Twitch, but just like worldwide. 470 million hours of the closed beta streams on Twitch and Africa TV. I mean, damn, that's a lot. That's a ton. And I don't know if that 100% has to do with the company that made it. I would feel that there are some people who are like, hey, I'm a huge League of Legends fan, so Riot made a new game, I'm going to go play it, of course. I'm sure that there are some people that are like that, but I'm also sure that there are other people who are looking at this game like me, you know, who I used to play League of Legends, I don't anymore, but will look at a game like this and goes, hey, I played Counter-Strike back in the day. I wasn't like complete ass, but this game looks like fun. And it's free to play too. Which I believe, in my opinion, I think is one of Riot's like absolutely most pivotal points, is that at the core of everything that they do, their games are free to play. League of Legends, free to play. Valorant is now free to play as well. It was, I mean, I'm saying that as if they weren't, but I mean, where do they make all their money? Skins, of course. But people love that stuff, so of course they're gonna, you know, spend the money. And it's not like, you know, like other games, you know, like just say Overwatch or Rocket League that have the loot boxes and stuff like that, where you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. Riot is very much upfront with everything that they do. You spend money, you're getting this. You spend money, you're getting this. And for a lot of the things, at least on League of Legends from when I played the game back in the day, you could earn all that stuff. You never had to buy any of it, but if you really wanted it right now, you can pay for it. And I think that that's like something that a lot of these companies who are considering doing loot boxes should be a lot more straightforward with. I would be a lot more willing to sink money into a game like Overwatch if I knew exactly what I was going to get. Not like, hey, I'm going to spend $30, get X amount of loot boxes, and I may never get the skin that I wanted to begin with. Or I could spend $5 and guarantee myself that, hey, my money is going into exactly what I want. Not legendary skins for champions I don't play. You know? So I have not played Valorant yet, so I don't know if that's the same thing that they're doing over there. And I hope it is, because, you know, if that's the case, they're just going to make money hand over fist on this game, especially for how popular it is. So here's hoping Valorant has, you know, a nice future going with them. Maybe I'll be able to play it and be able to have a little bit more insight for you guys, you know, be able to speak with a little bit more expertise in it. You know, the only thing I know about Riot is League of Legends, so it's all that, but whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna move on from Valorant. Anyway, Pokemon Sword and Shield's first expansion, the Isle of Armor, now has a release date. Details and a release date for the first Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion, the Isle of Armor, has been provided by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. The first Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC as part of the expansion pass, the Isle of Armor, will be released on June 17th. That's 13 days from now, folks. Along with the release date and a new trailer, information on newly discovered Pokemon, new Gigantamax forms, exclusive moves, and more were also revealed. The Isle of Armor is the first new area to be added to the Galar region. It is a large island which features Pokemon not previously found in other areas of the game. On the Isle of Armor, trainers can gather a new dojo for Pokemon battles to master their skills. At a new dojo, sorry. By training at this dojo, players will receive legendary Pokemon Cubfu, from the Master Mustard. Try saying that 10 times fast. While playing the game and trading with Cubfu, trainers will receive permission to challenge the towers of Two Fists on the Isle of Armor. Once one of the two towers has been conquered, Cubfu will evolve into Urshifu? Mm-hmm. Urshifu, that's what it looks like. Urshifu has two forms, Single Strike Style and Rapid Strike Style, and each can learn different moves and G-Max moves. A single strike style Urshifu that has followed the path of darkness can unleash a single severe... I'm sure that word's supposed to be move, not more. A single severe move known as Wicked Blow. This move always results in a critical hit, allowing Urshifu to attack while ignoring a target's stat changes. A Rapid Strike Urshifu that has followed the path of water can unleash a flowing 3-hit combo, which is known as Surging Strikes. This move always results in critical hits, allowing Urshifu to attack while ignoring the target's stat changes. Unseen Fist is a new ability introduced with these expansion, and one that only Single Strike style Urshifu and Rapid Strike style Urshifu possess. This ability lets the Pokemon deal damage when it attacks with moves that make direct contact, even if the target defends itself by using moves like Protect. Dark type... Excuse me, I'm sorry guys. Dark type attacks used by Single Strike style Gigantamax Urshifu will change into G-Max 1 Blow. Water type attacks used by Rapid Strike style Gigantamax Urshifu will change into G-Max Rapid Flow. G-Max 1 Blow and G-Max Rapid Flow can deal damage even if the target defends itself using moves like Max Guard or Protect. I'm now realizing that this... Holy shit, this article will continue to go on forever. I am going to skim over the rest of this to try to find some... You also find Pokemon not found elsewhere in the game, such as Galarian Slowbro. The Poison Psychic type Hermit Crab Pokemon uses the ability Quick Draw. There will also be new Gigantamax forms for Venusaur and Blastoise. 2 new tutor moves that your Pokemon can learn in exchange for Armorite Ore, a substance found throughout max raid battles and other means. Burning Jealousy is a new Fire-type move that can be taught starting with these expansions. When it hits, it deals damage to all opposing Pokemon and burns all opposing Pokemon that have had their stats boosted that turn. Grassy Glide is a new Grass-type move that can be taught starting with these expansions, and the move has high priority when used on grassy terrain. Finally, there's also Max Soup, which is made from rare ingredients you can find on the island. If a Pokemon hidden path or potential drinks Max Soup, it will become a special Pokemon capable of Gigantamaxing. Some Pokemon already traveling with you also gain the ability to Gigantamax. The second DLC coming with the expansion pass, the Crown Tundra, will be released in the fall. The expansion pass is available for purchase in the eShop. It will run you $29.99 or the regional equivalent. Whew! Lot to talk about here. Jeez. June 17th, so it's June 4th right now, so in basically 2 weeks' time, for what it's worth. You have a new Pokemon in Cubfu coming towards you. New abilities, Galarian Slowbro. There's a lot to do here, man. I mean, I'm hoping that it's not going to be just like a short expansion, because I think Pokemon deserves more than just like a 2 or 3 hour expansion. It kind of sounds like it, but you know, here's to hoping. You gonna be picking that up?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be picking it up.
Yeah, I still don't even have the games yet. I've just been so busy just trying to get other things done that I haven't even had the opportunity to think about it yet. But yeah, lots of stuff coming in a couple days. You know, got new Gigantamax, new move tutors, new moves. So hopefully it'll be an extensive, expansion for you guys. Anyway, so we're gonna move on from that. Epic is thinking about bringing the Epic Game Store to Android and iOS. Interesting. Epic Game Store could soon expand into the mobile ecosystem. Epic Games boss Tom Sweeney has revealed that the Epic Game Store is coming to Android and that he hopes to also bring it to the iOS. CEO told GameSpot that it wants to bring the same philosophy of developer freedom to mobile. We would like to bring the Epic Game Store to iOS in the future, and we will bring it to the Android, said Sweeney. We think it's a good way to help the industry move forward, and it's another way where Epic Games as a game developer has built up this audience around Fortnite and learned how to operate a distribution platform on PC and Android. Now, as we've done with many things from the Unreal Engine to the Epic Online Services, we open it up to all other developers to use with their games and are trying to serve the industry and provide a really interesting alternative to the ecosystem. Indeed, the Fortnite Android launcher is now simply called the Epic Games app. Android specifically does allow for third-party operated stores to exist on the platform. Amazon, Samsung, and many other companies have their own separate stores on Android, something you cannot do on the iOS. It would make sense for the app handling Fortnite to expand into a full-on store. Epic's long game is to make its tech and services ubiquitous. The publisher recently made the matchmaking and account services Fortnite uses free to Unreal Engine developers who want to use it, so there's no reason it'll stop there. I'm kind of split on this. What could they possibly need it there for? I'm a little insight, maybe. I really don't know. I would. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with something here. It just seems weird. Like, why not just go with the stores that are already there? Like, why have to go through another outlet to get your game sold? Is there something I'm missing here, maybe? I don't know, man. Thoughts?
For me, it doesn't matter because I don't really play games on my phone. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about gaming on the platform, I guess, to really make a...
Yeah, it seems really weird to me because it's like the Android has the Play Store. I mean, we already have something that people can sell their games through. And
but I mean, it's the same thing as, like, why do we have Steam and Epic and this and this and this and
right.
this? Like, we don't need all these, but we do. And it's because they want to be standalone. Like, fucking, was it that Uplay by Ubisoft? Like, that's not necessary, but alright. They have a bunch of games, so I guess why not?
And it's like, I feel like, to play devil's advocate for that, there are certain games like Foregone, which are Epic Game Store exclusive, and will be exclusive for X amount of time. So I think it's like a way for them to release on the platform they want to release on, so that, like, you know, maybe other games from their, you know, developers might be like, hey, let's just put everything here so that everybody can just go to the same place. But it's, you know, why not Steam? What's the difference? You know, maybe I'm not a developer, so I can't tell you. So I don't know. Maybe there's something on Steam that they don't agree with, and, you know, Epic's just like, hey, we're welcoming to that sort of thing. Maybe that's what the difference is. But the Play Store is very open. It's super open. Like, I have a friend of mine who's just like an independent developer who just wants to make, like, you know, like little games to put up on the game store. Mm-hmm. He does it by himself and made a game and put it up on the game store, you know? So it's like, it's a simple game. It's nothing like super huge, but he makes money off of the ads. Okay, sure. If like a guy sitting behind the desk who goes, hey, I just want to make a random mobile game, can do it and put it up on, you know, the Play Store, mm-hmm. What's the need for something like the Epic Game Store to be on your mobile? I don't get it.
AAA titles.
I
basically.
Guess. But if I was to look at a AAA title, like, let's just say Diablo 4. I, for damn sure, am not buying Diablo 4 for my phone. Maybe they want to go back and re-release, like, older titles that, you know, modern phones can handle right now. Like, I just got this new thing. I mean...
Well, what about, would you play the original Diablo on your phone, though?
Absolutely.
See?
Absolutely. Yeah. For example... Hold on. Uh-oh. Now what did you do?
I didn't do anything. It was
there we go. Oh my god. I actually haven't clicked this thing since I started my phone. So, wait. Okay. Yep. Okay. Hey, you see what that is? That's Symphony of the Night.
Castlevania.
That's Symphony of the Night on my phone. So, maybe that sort of thing, being able to release, like, older games like that. And just being able to, have that sort of accessibility to, be able to bring older games like that back to, like, to phones, then sure, absolutely. But, like, AAA titles, I don't know about that. Time will tell. We'll see. Anyway, so all you Borderlands fans out there, we're getting a Borderlands movie. We knew that. Cate Blanchett is going to play Lilith. Cate Blanchett has signed on to play Lilith in Eli Roth's Borderlands film. Looks like the talks went well. The Borderlands film will indeed star Cate Blanchett, Lionsgate has announced. They're doing this again. According to the announcement posted by Variety, Blanchett will play the role of Lilith, a thief with magical skills, in the film adaptation directed by Eli Roth. Earlier this month, it was reported Blanchett was in talks to play the role, and today's announcement confirmed she has signed the deal. I'm so lucky to have the amazing Cate Blanchett starring in Borderlands, said Roth in the announcement. We had the most incredible collaboration together on the house with a clock in its walls, and I believe there's nothing she can't do. From drama to comedy now to action, Cate makes every scene sing. Working with her is truly a director's dream come true. I feel so fortunate that I get to do it again on an even bigger scale. Borderlands film adaptation was first announced in 2015 and was reconfirmed as being in development last year. Alright. So, anybody who knows me knows that I absolutely love Borderlands. I have played every game in the series. I have even played Tales from the Borderlands, which was surprisingly good. Cate Blanchett is a great actress. Do not misunderstand me. I think she's talented, she's beautiful, all that good stuff. She's not Lilith. I'm sorry. She just no. Cate Blanchett is 51 years old now. Not knocking her age or anything, but Lilith is in her mid to late 20s, possibly early 30s. We don't know because Lilith's age is never mentioned in the game. Whatever. Also, I don't get the resemblance. Cate Blanchett is a blonde, and Lilith is like, woo, fire engine red.
Cate and CGI could be any age.
I mean, sure. I could be Cate Blanchett with CGI, for fuck's sake. I mean, jeez. But, I don't know. I just feel like there are better people out there, or better actresses out there. This is not a knock on Cate Blanchett's abilities. I think there would be better people visually to hold the role. Maybe I'll be wrong. Am I not gonna see it because of who they choose? Of course not. But now we're gonna off the top of my head, I don't know. Again, maybe this is play it. Okay.
I'm surprised I didn't get Mrs. from who was in X-Men, or Avengers, sorry, Black Widow. What's her name?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, she looks more reminiscent.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, alright, so that wouldn't be a terrible pick. Again, I'm not knocking on the woman. because she's had some really good roles in the past, and she's a really great actress. But again, I would just, I don't know, pick somebody else. I don't know. And there's not even a resemblance. Like, just looking at a picture of Kate Blanchett next to Lilith, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I mean, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Here, you know what, Stefan? I'm going to copy this image, and I'm going to send this over to you right here, right in the middle of this. I'm going to send this over to you on Discord. All right?
Discord.
Do you see it? Am I?
No, I already said I went and looked up pictures of both. I was like, oh.
It's just not there. It's really not. But again, I am being a. I don't know who that is. Chantel Hebert. I don't know. See, I'm really bad with like movie stars and stuff like that.
I am too. What'd you say her name was? Chantel something?
What the heck? Maybe I'm...
What are you saying? What? No. Jesus. Hey, I assume...
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on now. Maybe I'll be wrong. She'll be a great Lilith. Who knows? Anyway, moving on. So, the previously, hey, we're not making another Sonic movie, apparently is bullshit, because Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a sequel. Fans of the Sonic the Hedgehog film will be pleased to know it is getting a sequel. A sequel to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is now in developmental stage. Paramount Pictures and Sega Sammy have announced. News of the sequel was confirmed yesterday, which is a couple days ago, by Variety. The sequel will bring back director Jeff Fowler and scriptwriters Pat Casey and Josh Miller. Casting has yet to be confirmed. Sonic the Hedgehog was released in theaters earlier this year and went on to become one of the most successful video game movies of all time. For those of you who haven't had a chance to see the film, it is available digitally on DVD and Blu-ray. The film was released outside of theaters early due to theaters closing over the COVID-19 outbreak. Before dropping a bit of point on the film, check out what critics think, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about the critics, because film critics don't know shit about this film. Alright, so I felt this was sort of inevitable. Have you seen it yet, Stefan?
No.
No. Okay. There is a little spoiler at the end of the movie that I don't know if you've heard about at all. But there's a little spoiler. A character shows up and it's like, hey, I gotta look for Sonic, blah, blah, blah. Alright, whatever. And...
Oh, if you're talking about Tails, then...
Yeah. Okay, it was Tails.
Yeah.
But, hey, I gotta find Sonic and blah, blah, blah. And, like, during one of the end credits things, not the end credits, but, like, towards the very end of the movie, you see a far more Robotnik character than what he was in the rest of the movie. If you've seen it, yes. Jim Carrey, I will say, plays a really, really, really good Dr. Robotnik. And I cannot wait to see if they use that Robotnik that they had at the end of the movie in the sequel. Because if they do, I really hope they do. Because it's bueno. It's really good. Do I think it is the best video game movie ever made? It's close. It's very close. I enjoyed it a lot. I know that there are a lot of critics out there that just didn't get it, but, you are a regular film critic trying to review a video game movie. So, there's that. There are some questionable things in it, like Sonic's origin. I don't get it. But whatever, it's their movie to do what they like with. So, but they really did very much stick to most of the Sonic lore. Most of it. So, I'm very much looking forward to the next movie because provided that they used that end of the movie Robotnik and still cast Jim Carrey as Robotnik, because I think he did a great job. But that's just me. Anyway, moving on. Here's something that I was supremely surprised to find out. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid is the first and only fighting game with cross-play across 5 platforms. Wow. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid is making history. Battle for the Grid is coming to Google Stadia. The fighting game will be free for Stadia Pro subscribers starting June 1st, which is 3 days ago. So it's available for you Stadia folks. The game launches with crossplay, which means Stadia players will be able to join friends on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. This makes Battle for the Grid the first and currently only fighting game that supports crossplay on all 5 platforms. In February, the game added crossplay to the PS4 version, allowing Sony's platform to join existing PC players, Xbox One and Switch players who had been enjoying cross-play multiplayer since launch. This is great news, not only for Stadia players who won't have to depend on the platform's smaller player base to get some action online, but also for the fantastic precedent it sets for the industry and fighting game genre. Battle for the Grid, of course, is often praised for its implementation of rollback netcode, which makes long-distance online games a breeze. Separately, Battle for the Grid developers also revealed that a new season of Fighters is coming with 3 new characters. I'm looking for more to the article, that's all there was. But I don't understand why we can't do this with every other fighter. Is there something I'm missing with this? Where, like, people are gonna just play the game. So why, like, if I'm playing on PS4 and my buddy has it on Xbox, why the hell can't we play? We're playing the exact same game. And we're connecting to the exact same servers. But because I'm on PlayStation and you're on Xbox, we can't play together? That doesn't make any sense. So why not just start doing this with a lot of other fighting games and just have cross-platform play for all the others? You know? It just seems like something that a lot of these developers should consider going forward. Because, like, I have a PC and I have a Switch. I don't plan on getting an Xbox One. I don't plan on getting a PS4. Probably not going to be getting a PS5. But I want to be able to, like, if my friends are like, hey, I picked up, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Hey, what do you have it on? PC. Oh, that sucks. I would like to have played with you. Why can't we? So now at least there's a game that we can do this. And by the way, if you guys are interested in fighting games and have not checked out Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, it's pretty freaking good. It's real good. And it has arguably the second best netcode out of all fighting games right now, with Street Fighter V being the only one that has better. Battle for the Grid plays absolutely smoothly no matter where you're playing. I mean, the only way that you're not going to be playing is if you're playing, on like just dead-ass dial-up networking and whatever, but if you're playing a fighting game online, you really shouldn't be using that in the first place. But there are those people who just don't care. But anyway, you got that looking forward to for all you Power Rangers Battle of the Grid fans. We now have a 5th platform for people to be able to play on. So, Stefan, I don't know if you've ever missed anything in your life, but there was a certain portion of our podcast that I just disappeared from our life, and I really wish we could go back to it. Oh wait, we're going to. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Retro Indies Pixel Podcast section of Let's Shit on Stadia. We haven't done that in a while, so let's go back and have ourselves a nostalgic little trip, as Google has overpromised on Stadia tech. Google may have oversold the promise of game streaming, says Take-Two CEO. While Google Stadia's gaming streaming tech works, it did not expand the game's audience as some had hoped. That That's according to Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick's assessment. The veteran games executive spoke at the Bernstein annual Strategic Decisions Conference by GameSpot about the potential for game streaming and its current realities. More specifically, Zelnick and Company, that needs to be capitalized, did not expect Stadia to have as little an impact as it did. The launch of Stadia has been slow, said Zelnick. I think there were some over-promising on what the technology could deliver, and some consumer disappointment as a result. Zelnick, of course, is more interested in how streaming has the potential to attract many more players, the likes of whom will never buy a game console. This is part of what encouraged Take-Two to support Stadia early on. Anytime you broaden distribution, you potentially broaden your audience, which is why we supported the release of Stadia with 3 titles initially and will continue to support high-quality streaming services as long as the business model makes sense, he explained. The belief that streaming was going to be transformative was based on a view that there were loads of people who really had an interest in interactive entertainment, really wanted to pay for it, but just didn't want to have a console. I'm not sure that turned out to be the case, he said. With that in mind, Zelnick says game streaming is going to work in a matter of broader scale down the line. Oh, where to start, Stefan? Oh my God!
I like how they talk about it as if like it's the first time.
I know. Right? Oh, did you guys overpromise something? What a surprise!
Yeah.
You guys thought that this was going to be like the next big thing in game streaming, and like we told you, it's not. Okay, the launch of Stadia has been slow. Well, of course it is, because it's Stadia. I mean, for God's sakes. I mean, it. And I like that. I like this here. Where is it? The belief is that streaming was going to be transformative was based on a view that there were loads of people who really had an interest in interactive entertainment. Really wanted to pay for it. Twitch. You don't have to pay for it. But just didn't want to have a console. What? What? I'm really interested in watching gaming. I really want to pay for it, but I really don't want to have a console. Hey, Stefan, when was the last time you talked to somebody that said they were really interested in gaming but don't want a console?
Technically, don't you need a console to do any kind of gaming?
That...
I mean, even if you're looking at a phone, a handheld phone, like that's still technically a console, a device that you have to still have. And I know everyone has phones, but that doesn't make it any less of a piece of equipment than a PS4. I mean, just because you don't have your PS4 on you all the time to be checking fucking bullshit, then...
I'm not sure that turned out to be the case. No. Really? Really? You found out that people... Oh, there are loads of people who had an interest in interactive entertainment. Yeah, of course there are. Or Twitch wouldn't be as big as it is. Of course. That really wanted to pay for it. Huh? Okay. Yeah, alright. And just didn't want to have a console. That right there. I just... Like... Google actually sold Take-Two on this. They actually sold Take-Two Interactive and made them believe that there were people out there that wanted to just watch video games, not actually have a console. Alright. Moving on. So that was our last article from VG247. The rest of our articles, again, come from Destructoid.com. Slay the Spire is showing up on Android and iOS, and going to be kind of cheap. Following a round of console ports, the fan-favorite deck-building roguelike game Slay the Spire is coming to iOS and Android. It's not my thing. Well, according to them, but even I think it's worth taking up. The game type might never leave your phone once it's installed. It is the type of game that... Okay. The iOS version is officially coming this month, but Megacrit has lined up the specific release date announcement for the Guerrilla Collective live stream that's happening on Saturday, June 6th. The Android version of Slay the Spire isn't further out and doesn't have a public launch window yet. The good news, the port is only going to be $9.99. A noticeable drop, and the developers say it's the complete Spire climbing experience you have already enjoyed on PC. They haven't mentioned cross-save support or save transfer, so I wouldn't expect either. I wouldn't expect it either, to be completely honest with you. If you haven't played Slay the Spire yet, I would honestly say if you have a phone that can handle this game, just wait for this version to come out. I know you've played Slay the Spire, yes?
Yep.
And I can say, I'm pretty sure both of us would say that Slay the Spire is a pretty good game.
It is, yeah.
It's super fun. It's very smart. I honestly think it's, out of all the games that are like this, I think Slay the Spire is one of the best, if not the best, deck-building games that are out there right now. I'm talking about, like, digitally. There are a few others that are competitive towards it, like Ascension. Ascension's also really, really super good. But there's a paper version of Ascension, of which I would suggest over the iOS version, if you have a playgroup. If you don't, the digital version actually plays super fast and super good. So I would suggest that game too. But Slay the Spire, $10 on your Android or iOS device. Honestly, that's a pretty damn good deal. I think it's still a $25 game on Steam right now, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, $9.99 is a very noticeable drop, and definitely worth the 10 spot, because it's a very, very good game. I would suggest it. So moving on, Smashbox Sakurai says he has stopped writing about games he plays on Twitter. In case you missed it, Super Smash Bros. Boss Masahiro Sakurai likes to share what he's been up to in Japan's Famitsu magazine fairly regularly. Whether it's health updates or insights to the developmental process, Sakurai is one of the most open developers that works on projects for Nintendo Japan, likely due to the fact that he's actually an employee of Sora Limited, his own company, which is contracted out for games like Smash Bros. And Kid Icarus Uprising. Not all of his updates are positive, though, including this new one, which explains that he needs to walk on eggshells now due to the insane demands that Super Smash Bros. Now commands. Sakurai says that while he normally plays a ton of games, he now has to be careful sharing anything publicly, lest he be met with a flood of "Did Sakurai just confirm X for Smash?" comments. He outright says that he doesn't write about what he plays on Twitter and even declines appearing on TV shows or programs that highlight a specific game. It's a shame that he seemingly can't live his best life, and I hope he retires at some point so he can share his thoughts on random games with the world. He just needs to find someone that he can steward the Smash series to going forward and take a break. Or he may end up wanting to pull a Hayao Miyazaki and work his whole life, and if that's what he wants, I wish him all the luck in the world. This is like... I don't get this, man. Why are people gonna be like this? Man wants to play video games, but like, do you guys really think that all that Masahiro Sakurai does is just live, breathe, and sleep Smash all the time? Of course not. He does other things in his life. God forbid that if the guy plays, Dead Rising, or that Frank West isn't gonna be in Smash. Oh, he played Dead Rising? Oh shit! Or that sort of stuff. Like, come on, guys. Like, maybe he wanted to get some frustrations out and kill 1,000 zombies and, have some fun with it. That doesn't necessarily mean Frank West is going to be in freaking Smash. I mean, come on. I think this is just like, I don't know. We've come to a kind of point in our lives where, like, everything has to mean something. It can't just mean like, oh, hey, this afternoon I played Xenonzard on my phone, and I had some good, it was a fun game, and you guys should try it. And now, if I was Sakurai, I'd be like, oh, Xenonzard characters guaranteed for Smash now. It's like, no, I just wanted to tell you guys about this game. It was fun. Why does everything have to be about that? It's like Game Hunter saying Sakurai needs a vacation. You're damn right he does. Like, oh, he's on vacation. He's on an island. That must mean the Animal Crossing character guaranteed for Smash. It's like, come on. Because that's going to be some sort of stupid thing. It's like, oh, he's silently trying to tell us that we're putting another character in Smash from Animal Crossing. It's just a clue. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, everybody's some sort of armchair detective. My name's Phoenix Wright, and I know everything. And just like, give the guy a fucking break already. I mean, jeez. I mean, the guy's got to be able to do some things in his life that aren't Smash, folks. I mean, just come on. See, Phoenix Wright confirmed. I'm talking about Smash. Sakurai, I said Phoenix Wright confirmed. 100%. We got it. I know you're being sarcastic, man. I'm just saying. That's the kind of shit that we know. That's what people are doing nowadays. Like, just get off the guy's dick and let him. He already knows what these characters are going to be. He knows what characters are coming out. It's whether or not that they're going to slate the or get the slate signed and whatnot, and just that's not the right term. Whatever. But, he knows what he wants to do. If he wants your opinion, he'll ask for it, then ignore it and give you Bayonetta. So don't worry about it. He's going to do what he wants to do anyway. So it's not all up to you guys to sit there and spam his Twitter every day, worrying about what the next Smash character is going to be. It's coming, folks. Don't worry about it. And honestly, I think if Chrono doesn't make it into Smash, I'm going to riot. I'm kidding, of course, but just give the guy a break, Your thoughts on this, Stefan?
Again, a lot of stuff that you're covering is stuff I don't really play a whole lot of. But, I mean, I do agree, like, the guy should be left alone on his Twitter. I mean, he is allowed to do other things than worry about Smash.
I mean, it's silly at this point where, a guy feels like, and especially somebody as, like, hugely prominent in gaming as, like, Masahiro Sakurai, the fact that he feels like he can't post what he wants to post on Twitter, that's a damn shame. That somebody as important to video games as he is doesn't feel like he has a public voice anymore. And that's so stupid. That's so silly. So, get off his dick, guys. Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving on. Microsoft Store has leaked the Namco Museum Archives Volume 1 and 2. The Microsoft Store has set listings for 2 as of yet announced retro compilations, unannounced retro compilations coming from longtime publisher Namco. According to the site, Namco Museums Archive Volume 1 and Namco Museums Archive Volume 2 are scheduled for release on June 18th. According to the site listings, each volume contains 11 Namco classics, some of which are seeing official release for the West for the first time. Modern releases include the ability to save gameplay at any point, as well as a replay icon that rewinds the last minute of action, allowing players to recall a retake on any mistakes. Namco Museum Archive Volume 1 includes Galaxian Pac-Man Xevious, Mappy, Dig Dug, The Tower of Juraga, Sky Kid, Dragon Buster, Dragon Spirit, The New Legend, Splatterhouse, Wanpaku Graffiti, and an 8-bit remaster of Pac-Man Championship Edition. Namco Museum Archive Volume 2 will feature Galaga, Battle City, Pac-Land Dig Dug 2, Super Xevious, Mappy Land, Legacy of the Wizard, Rolling Thunder, Dragon Buster 2, Mendel Palace, and an 8-bit consoleized version of Galpus. Or Gaplus, sorry. I hit that in dyslexic. Given the list of similar titles on offer, it's clear that these compendiums are intended as a localized edition of the Japanese Nintendo Switch release, Nemcot Collection. Despite the leak appearing on the Microsoft Store, it would stand to reason that Namco Museum Archives will also see the light of day on other platforms, such as PS4 and PC. We will keep you informed as when any official information is available. You know, I'm kind of sad here, Stefan. I kind of really wish this would be like something that they would actually just release for the Switch. Because, like, at least that's my opinion. I'm not saying that, not do whatever you're going to do here, but also have, like, a hard copy for the Switch. Yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
I mean, that would be kind of cool. Especially with, like, some of the games that are in here. Like,
there's some good games in both of those.
Yeah. Yeah, Pac-Man, Xevious, Mappy, Dig Dug. The Tower of Druaga, which I really love that game. Sky Kid. I don't remember. I played Sky Kid. What did I do? Oh, right. I played it when I used to, like, Let's Play on YouTube. And a friend of mine really wanted me to play Sky Kid. Now I remember what game this is. It was the game where, like, I hit the start button and died in, like, 2 seconds. So I really didn't know what I was doing. But anyway. Dragon Buster and Dragon Spirit. Cool games. I think I also played Dragon Spirit on my YouTube channel. Galaga, Battle City, Pac-Land, Dig Dug 2, Super Xevious, Mappy Land. Just some really good games. So hopefully this won't be, like, too super expensive, so that we can get more of the newer generations playing some of these older games, so that, like, hey, even though these games are older, they're still super fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So another game that you guys might be interested that's coming out on Android, Dead Cells. It may not be your ideal place to play. Plenty of Dead Cell fans have been waiting for the long time coming Android release. It's out today, which was yesterday, for $8.99 on Google Play with a range of mobile-centric tweaks. Most notably, the Android version of Dead Cells has Bluetooth support if you're dead set on gamepad and multiple options, if you're open to touch controls. These two combat modes, original and auto hit, along with the ability to customize the button sizes and placements, and swipe for dodge rolls. This is the full game in its roguelike glory. With no ads and no free-to-play mechanics. And that's a beautiful sight. There are trade-offs, sure, but it sounds the best-case scenario for the mobile port. I can't wait to see if someone pulls off a 5-cell run on Android. I'm over here stuck on BC1. Would you consider this, Stefan?
I would probably consider playing it, yeah. I don't see why not.
Because I'm not on that train yet.
Depends on what the controls are going to be like on the screen as well.
Right. I haven't picked up Dead Cells yet, I don't think. I would have to check my Steam to verify that. But this is one of those games that I'm just like, why haven't I played this game yet? Because, like, I've watched you play it a couple times. Game seems super fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I would definitely suggest it to anybody, really, especially for like a Metroidvania type player.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all linear, but it's still like you can go off in a bunch of different sections of each stage just to get different things, and there's different ways of playing. Like, I don't play with a shield, but I've heard that a shield is one of the best ways to play, really. So, yeah.
So, lots of different gameplay styles, which can give you a lot of other. I know I haven't picked it up yet. I know. But anyway, so this was something that I thought you would find interesting here, Stefan. These retro Switch game trays are a pretty choice.
Yes,
as I constantly lament on the death of Club Nintendo, a place I favorite actual physical merchandise over discounts for legacy systems, I'm always looking for new ways to store my current Nintendo loot. Over on Reddit, Nilsk89 seems to be on my wavelength. In a post simply titled, "Made some retro game trays," Nilsk shared a few designs for Switch game cart storage in the form of standard NES or standard gray NES cart model and a larger gold cart design. The game trays appear to be standard carts at first, then open them up to reveal cart storage. Its creator says that the gold cart is close to the same size as a real NES game, and the concept uses embedded magnets to allow them to close automatically. If you want to try to make them yourself, they note that they used a Prusa 3D printer for the finished product. In the very same post, a commenter shared a similar design that you can grab and print. This is pretty cool. I like this. I mean, this one isn't mine, but, like, this is kind of what I'm using right now. Like, this little thing. And, I mean, it serves its purpose, but it's like this red thing that's, you know... I would love something like that for my Switch games. You kidding me? And being able to, like, you know, hey, I'm going to be going over to a friend's house and I want to transport, like, 12 games, but I don't want to take up the entirety of my backpack to do so. You got something like this. And, for you guys that are interested in it, the article is on Destructoid.com that you guys can go over to a Reddit post and find a 3D printed or a 3D printer design, so you guys can have one of those for yourself. Also, I thought this was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, no, I like those a lot. I was looking at those earlier too. I figured you were going to cover those.
Yeah, I have a friend that has a 3D printer, and I'm like halfway thinking, like, hey, you want to make something? Like, here's the design. See how this works. And I think this would be like kind of cool to, like, you know, hey, I made these things $10. Hey, you can sell them, blah blah blah, and they're pretty cool. You know, you look like an NES thing. They take up way less space than trying to, like, transport 12 games in their boxes. So, you know, so last little bit of news from Destructoid and from SDK. We are announcing the Escapist Indie Showcase premiering on June 11th. Destructoid's sister site, The Escapist, is proud to announce that they have partnered with GOG.com to host their very first indie showcase event from June 11th to June 14th, 2020. This completely digital event will begin on June 11th with a direct-style showcase on YouTube, where they will be showing off over 70 different indie games from all developers around the world. Developers all around the world, sorry. The showcase will include new reveals and lots of gameplay, and even had developers create short little developer diaries so that you could meet the passionate people behind the games you'll be playing. Following the indie showcase from June 12th to 14th, they will be providing a post-show coverage on YouTube and Twitch featuring many of the games you saw in the showcase via in-depth hands-on demos, pre-recorded gameplay videos, and interviews from the developers. There's also a landing page for the entire showcase where you can watch the live streams and find every game that they're showcasing. The game will be added to the page after the showcase premieres on June 11th. We at EG are very excited to put on this event to bookend another year of the Escapist rejuvenation effort as we work to provide a positive and fun atmosphere for our viewers to escape to, while supporting independent developers that have lost out on many opportunities to showcase their games due to the COVID-19 pandemic. If you'd like to support this event, they're taking on further sponsors and donations. If you're interested in sponsoring, get in touch with them via editor@escapistmagazine.com. If you'd like to donate to support the creation of the event, follow the link at destructoid.com. See this right here, Stefan. This. Not podcast, but like an event where it is only indie showcase games.
Yeah, it's good.
This is what, like, I hope that a couple indie developers are able to hear about this, and like if you aren't part of this already, you know these guys are the sister site of Destructoid.com, so I would definitely suggest it. If you're an indie developer that's just looking to get your name out there and you have a little bit of game demo and some time to dedicate to this, I would definitely look to talk to these guys about it. It starts in a week, so like I would hope that you guys could do it sooner. But maybe I'll see a couple of you guys who are listening to the podcast right now in that indie showcase. Mm-hmm. Sounds like fun to me, honestly.
Yep, definitely would.
So that'll do it for SDK's portion of the news this week. So as always, at this portion of the podcast, I will pass the torch over to my co-host, the Old World Gamer, Stefan.
All right. Well, Scott,
I feel like it might be relatively close to a specific time. Usually, it runs about this time every Thursday. I've checked the Gregorian calendars. I've listened to what the Aztecs said. They predicted this from the past, and they have had words written on slate, written on stone, and I have gone to them and they have said, this will be the favorite portion of the podcast for you. It will be the favorite portion of the podcast among the masses. And they will predict it should be everyone's favorite portion of the podcast. The Mayans, the Incans, other people that I can't think of right now because I'm on the spot. They have all predicted that this will be everyone's favorite portion of the podcast. It is the best of Steam.
Alright, so we are going to be starting out with a game called Tengai. Miko-san and Ninja Girl blast away. The best of eccentric Japanese-style shooters here with online rankings. Alright, so they do have a trailer there, thankfully, so let's have a watch. This is going to be more of Scott's thing than mine.
Got a story about this game.
Oh, I got barfed.
So, my little story is that I have actually played Tengai before because I have it on GGPO. Wow. Blech. My brain just exploded. I have a version of this on GGPO, and this game's pretty cool. This game's fun as hell. It's not one of the harder bullet hell games that are out there, but this game is super fun. And you have multiple routes, you have multiple characters with different endings depending on the character. You have, your typical waifu with these sort of characters, Junis, because, Junis. But, fun game. I would definitely recommend it. It's, like I said, it's not one of the harder ones that are out there, but it's definitely fun.
Cool. Alright, the next game I have here is called Traveler's Rest. You're an innkeeper on a journey to transform a rundown inn into a bustling social space. Brew your own beer, run a farm, explore the world, and build relationships with your customers to create your own fantasy tavern. So let's watch the trailer for this one. None of these have released yet, by the way.
Ah, damn.
Right.
Oh, you can get super busy. Holy shit. Well, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Normally these sort of things aren't like my sort of like bag or anything like that, but that game actually seems kind of fun. Especially when like you have a tavern that's running like that many people all at the same time. It's like, ooh, you got to keep everything, make sure everything's going smoothly. That seems like fun.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of Stardew as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, our next game up is Rune, the First Wanderer. Can a girl who can't remember her name or birth recover her memories through new relationships she made and experience she underwent after wandering about aimlessly? This is an adventure RPG, indie casual turn-based. It's coming out this month, apparently, so let's watch that first trailer. Yeah, I can agree on that.
Alright, soundtrack is really nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, so not ruining anyone's wallets yet, so yeah, it looks really good. I like that.
Yeah,
I've wishlisted that immediately.
Damn.
Alright, next game we have here is a lot like Moonlighter, I found. It's called Hunter of the Disowned. Hunter of the Disowned is a randomly generated 2D adventure action video game which you embody a hero who has a bow and dash to defend himself against different enemies ruled by gods of nature. It's also coming out in June. Indie, early access, pixel graphics, top down. So let's watch the first trailer. There's not really much gameplay. Alright, let's go to the second one.
Okay.
Yeah. What's copyrighted?
Definitely has some Moonlighter vibes to it, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean...
Oh.
For sure has Moonlighter vibes to it, but that's not a bad thing, because Moonlighter was a hell of a game, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely looks like fun, that's for sure.
Alright, and the last game I have here for us is called Foxy's Adventure. You must save your lover. To do this, you'll have to fight against evil monsters. You have to collect all gems and cherries in every stage. You will travel through 5 worlds and fight against bosses. It won't be an easy journey, so get ready for some real challenge. Good luck, little fox. This comes out in 2 days. Adventure indie arcade pixel graphics. Let's watch the trailer. I bet this wasn't released on NES.
Right?
It's kind of a weird boss fight. It looks like he's stopping before he can hit you anyways.
Right.
This is a long trailer, holy crap.
Yeah, I was about to say.
4 minutes, like, Jesus. Alright, well, I'm pausing it there. Anyways, it looks like it's pretty good. Fun little platforming adventure game. Alright, so I'm going to move on to my news, brought to you by IndieRetroNews.com. The first is Sleeping Menace, a new platformer, appears inspired by games such as Commander Keen. So, in this game you play as a kid, Kevin, who is trapped in the Tickle Dome Kingdom. After being warned many times that he must be asleep before midnight, kids who rebel and don't sleep when they are supposed to are taken away by scary creatures. Escape this hellish place, don't get eaten by monsters, or fall in those nasty traps, and hopefully Kevin can have a peaceful night's sleep. Good luck, gamers. So let's have a watch. Oh, good, we're getting right to it. Okay, let's get to the actual gameplay. It doesn't terrify. There's not much. Too bad it doesn't have more music in the game, unless it's only on the other channel or something. I'm not listening hearing it. No, okay. I thought it was just me, maybe. Yeah, this is very DOS-like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, well that's pretty self-explanatory. It's a lot like, was it Commander Keen, except, well, you're obviously Kevin, and it looks like it's more modern to, like, you know, like early 90s kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, anyways, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of fun. Our next one, Outrun, a new Outrun game remake project by ZG Zin Infinity for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So, Outrun has surfaced, but this time, unlike the other ones that have cropped up throughout the years, this one by ZG Zin Infinity, a new version of the open source Outrun remake project. In the developer's own words, this is a new version that has been inspired by its earlier versions, which in itself corresponds to the 1986 arcade machine version and the 1996 Sega Mega Drive version. It features realistic and spectacular graphics in 3D, compatible with different screen resolutions, fantastic music, and SFX, all customizable, various difficulties, and much more. Alright, so let's watch this one. Peggy 7.
That was pretty good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's me.
It was actually Stefan this whole time. Had it just as Peggy 7.
Hey, I'd be up for getting a paycheck for that too.
Right?
I'm sure they could use me for other stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they could have you just at Peggy 12 too.
Peggy 12.
Like, get double your money, man.
Double my money.
Looks pretty good, man.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Very much Outrun.
Yeah. Be fast. Feel the speed. Great soundtracks.
I mean,
I don't know, there's something about the graphics of the cars that looks a bit weird, like very paper-like.
yeah, a little bit. Also, like, the traffic seems way bigger than they used to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Very outrunny.
Outrunny, like an egg. Alright, our next one is called Ramps, a stunt car inspiration playable on your browser in Pico 8. Oh, they don't actually have a video for this one, but this is Ramps, a 3D racer by Power Drift, Stunt Car Racer, Hard Driving. Choose from 8 varied racetracks, pick 3 difficulties, practice hard, and overtake the other drivers in 5 laps to win. As well as racing, you'll need to navigate jumps, roller coaster-like ramps, and occasionally even drive upside down. So basically, Stunt Car Racer with a bit of Power Drift and Hard Driving thrown in for good measure. It doesn't sound too bad. I really wish there was a video.
It kind of like feels like it would be sort of like Stunt Race FX.
That's what I was thinking too. I don't know why they didn't mention that one, but I guess. Well, Indie Retro News is also more based on like PC gaming and C64 and stuff like that. So, yeah. So yeah, no, it looks like it could be fun, but yeah, they should have definitely thrown in 3D.
Yeah.
Was it? Fuck. What is it you call it? The game? It's on
Stunt Race FX.
Stunt Race FX. There you go. That was on Super Nintendo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was one of those Mode 6 games.
Oh yeah, big surprise there. All right, so Boulder Dash Jr., another C64 variant of the classic Boulder Dash game. So, Boulder Dash was released in '84 by First Star Software for the entire 8-bit computers. There have been numerous versions and sequels in this series for numerous interactive platforms, including the Apple II, MSX, ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, ColecoVision, NES, BBC Micro, Acorn Electron PC, Amstrad CPC, Amiga, Television, Mac, Xbox 360, and many other platforms. Jesus. In this fun little game, however, that I will probably be playing most of tonight, you must dig your way through underground collecting diamonds while also avoiding bad moving things and being squashed by large heavy boulders. So yes, very much like Boulder Dash, but featuring lots of new levels, a lovely loading screen, a great soundtrack, and even ways of dealing with enemies. So let's watch the trailer. Mastendo, what? Okay, here we go. Holy Moses, oh Jesus, please tell me if I'm the smartest guy in town. What?
Okay.
Okay, let's just get to the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely Boulder Dash. Jesus. It's the same thing over there. Okay, let's skip ahead a little bit. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's super careful. Oh, he knows all the secrets. Yeah, so if you've ever played Boulder Dash, this is basically, obviously a lot like it. So, collect gems, don't let boulders destroy you. Alright. So, our next game is Storm Chase, a new C64 game whereby collecting raindrops is fun. If you say so.
Okay.
Your quest is to guide your storm chaser and catch those magic raindrops and avoid letting the raindrops hit the ground. Otherwise, the riverbanks will start rising. Once the riverbanks reach over the flood defense gates, you will lose a life. The game features 16 levels, a limited amount of raindrops to complete a level, dangerous lightning bolts, and finally addictive collecting gameplay, which makes you feel like you're playing on an old Game & Watch. Okay. Let's get this and watch. No. Oh, it's still loud as balls. I love those. That kind of music's so good. Alright, let's get to... Wow. Alright, getting ready. Oh. Oh, there's your floodgate. Okay. Jesus. Excuse me. Oh, nice. Okay, I was like, does it tell you how many drops you have to catch or anything? Oh yeah, 30 drops. All right, Jesus. So for those who obviously are just listening, whoa, okay, raindrops are falling down from the sky from this big cloud, and you have to collect them. Oh god, and it tells you how many drops down. So you just got to make sure you don't drop too many. If it goes past the ground you're probably standing on, then you probably lose a life there. Now it's raining down lightning bolts, which that's crazy.
Drown a horrible death.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Yeah, because it's ankle deep water. And of course, your weakness is water. You literally fall face down into it every single time. So. Alright, so moving on. Something I know Scott's going to be interested in. Sonic 3D in 2D. A new PC fan game that reimagines Sonic 3D in 2D. So, explore Flicky Island in a 2D side-scrolling platformer that takes elements from other Mega Drive Genesis games to reforge an adventure anew. Fight new and challenging bosses, save Flicky Island, and stop Robotnik's final plan to harness the Flicky's power for himself. The game features 15 acts to explore in 8 zones, 15 awesome boss battles, all the classic shields including the Golden Shield, 3 playable characters, lots of Easter eggs, and unlockable extras. So let's watch the video. Oh no. Oh, okay, so how long is this? Oh, 1:46, that's not too bad. Whoa, this looks really good.
You could play as Tails and the Canucks.
It's
still Tails.
Canuckless.
There he is. There we go. Give me my Canucks.
This looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Holy damn.
See, Sega, this is what you should be doing. Be doing things like this. And like making more games like Sonic Mania. You know? Like these 2D Sonic games.
Yeah.
You know? That look good and are fun. Hint, hint.
So good. 15 boss battles, damn.
How does get?
There's a source there for Windows.
You have to send me that link.
It's on itch.io.
Sonic 2D, 3D.
Alright, so moving into my last segment of news here by Destructoid.com. Let's see. First we have Unreleased Days of Thunder NES game recovered after 30 years. So, a team dedicated video game historians has uncovered and reconstructed an unreleased NES game based on 1990 indie car movie Days of Thunder, some 30 years after it was abandoned by publisher Mindscape. It was discovered by the Video Game Historian Foundation among a huge catalog of materials that belonged to game designer Chris Oberth, who sadly passed in 2012. As the Foundation picked their way through Obert's disk, hard drives, and notes, the team came across a 21 floppy disk backup of a single HDD, which contained the code for what would have been the NES edition of Days of Thunder. Entirely different from the Beam Software developed release edition. In a lengthy and meticulous undertaking, the VGHF then picked their way through each of the 21 discs, utilizing a 90s era PC in order to accurately piece the scattered code back together. VGHF's Richard Whitehouse steadfastly combed through piles and piles of old data to find small but integral files aided by the tools and software of the period. After recovering a particular concealed tile file, Days of Thunder was ready to take the raceway once again, 3 years after it was put in the pits for good. Alright, we're just going to watch the video from here as well. Oh, that's impressive. Gross.
For those of you who weren't around for the original Days of Thunder, this was a racing movie back in, let's say it was like the early 80s. I think it had Tom Cruise in it. Maybe it was later than that? Days of Thunder. I'm pretty sure it had Tom Cruise in it. 90s, I'm sorry.
This is like 6 minutes long. Let's just try and get to the main part here.
Yes, Tom Cruise.
The soundtrack is top of the line. Oh, where you going, dude? Oh, there it goes.
I go to the outside. Outside to the inside. This is interesting.
Jesus. Alright, that was fucked. Okay, no, okay. Yeah. Ooh. That was something. The sound is a bit but it plays like it should play, I guess. So I mean, that's something.
I guess so.
Alright. Next thing we have here, something very interesting. Sega Game Gear Micro includes 4 games. Each color variant has different titles.
Yeah.
As teased yesterday, Sega has officially released the Game Gear Micro, a tiny teeny version of its famous handheld console, which hit the market way back in 1990. Pre-orders are open now in Japan, where the unit retails for 4,980 yen, or roughly 45 US. The portable measures just over 3 inches in length and a little over 1.5 inches in width and 1.15-inch display. Powered by USB charge or 2 AAA batteries, the Game Gear Micro will launch in black, blue, red, and yellow variations. Each features 4 built-in games with different titles attached to each color model. This is very much for collectors. Good thing to hear. That's what I need to hear, is that. Alright, so
4 colors.
the black model includes Sonic the Hedgehog, Royal Stone, Outrun, and Puyo Puyo 2. The blue model gets Sonic and Tails, Baku Baku Animal, Gunstar Heroes, and Sylvan Tale. The yellow edition features Nazo Puyo, Shining Force 2, and Shining Force Final Conflict.
What?
While the red edition gets Megami Tensei Gaiden Last Bible, Megami Tensei Gaiden Last Bible Special, GG Shinobi, and Columns.
What?
Sega has also announced that it intends to release a 4-pack bundling all 4 variants, along with their miniaturized version of the classic big window magnifier for 29,980 yen, or roughly $260. There is yet to be an official announcement that the Game Gear Micro will be released in the West, just as well as there's zero chance my old man eyes could adjust to that screen. Imagine Gunstar Heroes. Oh, yeah, really, though. You need the magnifier. Okay. That's... how long is it? 2 minutes. Okay.
You audibly heard Stefan's, like, wallet just weep out in pain.
Yeah. Hold the small one. I want to see how small the small one is in your fucking hands. And don't forget getting some... Dude, okay, there we go. Wow. Scott. I'm not paying $260 for that.
Whoa, they are really small.
Yeah, that's crazy small.
How could you, like... So they said there were Shining Force games on there? Like, how would you be able to read any of the text? Shining Force is an RPG, man. Fucking Gunstar Heroes, man. That game is fucking amazing. I love Gunstar Heroes. This right here, or Shining Force. What was I saying? I'll see Shining Force right here. It's in Japanese text, though.
So it's actually Shining Force Gaiden and Shining Force Gaiden 2.
Hopefully they Easternize those. Or Westernize. Easternize. With like 2... Wow.
Big window micro. Okay, that might be alright.
Yeah, but like... How fucking... These things are so small as it is. Now you're gonna have a peripheral in the way?
Apparently.
Like, how?
Yeah, so I don't know. I think you'd need that screen in order to actually, like, for anyone who's older at all, because that's going to be so terrible on your eyes.
Yeah, especially games like Shining Force that require you to be able to, like, read what's going on the screen.
Yeah, really do. And yeah, like you said, I assume that they're going to westernize those if you can.
I would hope so.
I don't know. Alright, moving into my last bit of news. Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection reveals European Shockbox Edition. Oh, don't worry, Scott. It's not only you. It's not only you that this affects. It affects me too. Samurai Showdown mega fans should be aware that the upcoming retro compendium Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection will be receiving a limited edition in Europe, courtesy of French publisher Pix and Love. The Shockbox edition is styled after the classic Neo Geo AES boxes that filled up the shelves of millionaire video game fans in the mid-90s. Yeah. The Shockbox edition includes a physical copy of the collection on PS4 or Nintendo Switch, a 2-disc CD soundtrack complete with digital soundtrack, 7 fine art lithographs, and a 104-page softcover art book, filled with imagery from the entire Samurai Showdown series. The entire set is packaged in the aforementioned Shockbox, complete with classic artwork. Very authentic. And then I can see it here. Oh, and there's more stuff. Oh, okay. I can still talk about it. I don't mind. Fuck, that looks good. Alright, Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection Shockbox Edition will be available for pre-order tomorrow, June 2nd, which was 2 days ago. The run is limited to 1,200 copies on PS4, 1,800 for Switch. Set your alarms and ensure you've bagged yourself a copy. Pix and Love will ship worldwide. It should be noted that no price has been released as of yet, and the Shockbox will ship in late August.
Get you an actual price for that.
And it launches on PC and Epic Game Store June 11th, and on Steam from June 18th, and then to follow on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on July 28th.
Collection, it's called?
Yeah, Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection.
Let's take a look and see if I can get us a price on these. That's just the game. Hold on.
I know, Game Hunter. The artwork book looks so good, and it's a 104-page. Although it's a soft cover, which is fine. I don't mind that, because then it feels more comic-like.
Looks like it's going to be roughly $90.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's not terrible.
No. Alright, and the last thing I have for everyone tonight is our Kickstarter for... We only have the one Kickstarter. The Five Gods of Kung Fu. They are looking for $22,738 and are currently sitting at $6,885. It is a 2D beat-em-up with fighting game-inspired controls. I think you're going to be impressed by this. Now, I did see other Kickstarters. There was one there for... do you remember Sea of Rats?
Yes, it was the Metroidvania?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so, yeah, but we covered that in a podcast a couple of weeks ago before it was even out on Kickstarter. It's on Kickstarter now. It's already been backed.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Anyways, we're going to watch the trailer for The Five Gods of Kung Fu. Whoa.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I figured you'd like this as well. Whoa.
Yo, some drunken style?
Yeah, that's deadly.
Oh!
Yeah, big fan of that. And the pixel art style is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Alright, so let's go have a look at what they got here. There is a demo available.
What's up, M4?
How's it going, M4? So yeah, they're available right there. Just okay, so they do have like training and stuff, and it is with controller as well. Unique input method. Motion like input, you may need some getting used to, but it becomes very intuitive after a while. You truly feel like you're mastering a new technique. Alright. Oh, and there's different styles. Snake style, tiger style, drunken style. Oh, I would definitely go drunken style all day long. Damn. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's see what the different categories for support are. Early backer is €15 or 23 Canadian, which is about, I want to say, 18?
About $17.
$17.
What is? Sorry, what is this called? The God of the Fire.
This is called the Five Gods of Kung Fu.
Oops.
Alright, the game deluxe is 25 euros at 38 Canadian. You can also get a t-shirt. You can design a minor character. You can design an NPC. Or you can get everything for 1,000 euros, 1,500 Canadian. They're not asking for too much for, like, there's not a lot of tiers, which, again, I like that, and each tier was unique as well.
It is, yeah, it's $17. They have a beta build up on itch.io if you're interested in trying it out before.
It's going to be released on Steam, PC, Mac, and Linux, so it's definitely going to be a full PC game. I guess so you can use the keyboard as well.
Mm-hmm.
Stretch goals.
It looks really cool.
So once they get past the funding goal, they're going to have stretch goals there as well, so that's cool. Demo is about 20 minutes of playable content and contains only a small taste of what they are going to have in the final game. So you expect the game length to be 6 to 9 hours, and additional endgame features as well. Damn.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, and that's it for the podcast. It was a shorter one this week. There wasn't as much news as I would have hoped for.
Yeah, this was a super rough week for all the stuff going on in the world right now. This is a lot of developers and a lot of companies are just kind of like not doing anything right now. So this was a little bit tougher week for us. So
yeah, definitely.
But definitely had some cool stuff for you guys. Once again, I'd like to thank my news outlets, VG247 and Destructoid.com.
And I would also like to just thank Destructoid.com, Indie Retro News, Steam, all those indie developers, and Kickstarter for providing us with awesome games to look at. Lots of good news. Alright, and we are going to rate up Mr. SuperPitFro. He is currently speedrunning some Contra again.
Ooh.
I'll show up at the end.
Nice.
Alright, so have yourselves a good evening, and we will see you again in a week's time for another podcast. It won't let me raid right away, Scott. I have to take my time. Alright, have a good night, everybody.
Later.
Later.